Here we are, Life Chats. It is a Friday. What a great day to be alive. Hope you guys are doing well out there in podcast world, podcast time. So good to have you. We're just a couple of days away from our big fall harvest rumble. Man, it's going to be a great deal. We got wrestlers, we got candy, we got trunks, pumpkins, treats. We even have our new coffee shop that'll be opening. We'll be talking about that in just a minute. But I hope you guys are doing really well out there. So many events going on at our church. We have, of course, our Harvest Rumble that is coming up on the 31st of October. And then just 2 weeks after that, we're going to have our women's conference, which is going to be fantastical and wonderful. And we'll have on Sister Marion and maybe some other ladies that can come talk to us about that. But that'll be happening in just a couple of weeks. November the 14th and 15th is our women's conference. And again, we have the Harvest Rumble going on. That's on the 31st from 6 to 9 p.m., where we're going to have wrestlers. We're going to have all the things that we just mentioned. It's going to be a fantastic time. We invite you to invite your friends, your family, because we really want the kingdom of God to be shed abroad or experienced here in El Paso. And that's why we're doing it, just so we can have an event that we can invite our neighbors to and say, come on out. And the gospel will be presented that night. We're going to present the gospel in a way that I think is effective. There'll be giveaways, pumpkin patch. We're going to have a pumpkin. We'll talk about some of those things that are coming, but we're having a lot of exciting things that are going on at your church. If you're not a part of a cell group, get a part of a cell group. There's a bunch of them. Almost every night of the week, there's a cell group to be met. On Monday nights, there's a cell group that meets, women's cell group that meets at Sister Irene's house. On Tuesday nights, they have a married couple group. It's wonderful. It's for young, not just young marrieds, but any married couple that are coming. It's growing. I just found out that like 30 people, 15 couples are going to the marriage group. I think that is so fantastic. And then on Wednesday nights, we have another women's meeting. It's a great women's meeting. But not only that, we have a class that we're going through the book of Romans right now. We're in chapter 3, or we're going to start chapter 3. But we're talking through Romans. Also, if you're a new believer and you're wanting to get some more knowledge about the faith, we have a Christian 101 class. I think it meets in the green room, but we have that going on Wednesday nights. And on Friday nights, we have our good old-fashioned, wonderful young adults group. Meets at 6:30 in the Dome. That's so fantastical. I would encourage you guys to come. Also, I forgot to tell you, childcare happens on Wednesday nights. There's childcare. And not only can you get childcare, there's a great youth program that's going on also 6:30 to about 8:30. Young people, bring your friends. They're going to be doing all kinds of fun and exciting things here going on in our church. And right now, we're in the middle of a harvest series. We've been talking about how to harvest, that there's laws of reciprocity that go on in the earth, that there are laws, a seed time, harvest time, sowing seed, and also receiving that harvest. And we talked about how there's a reaping and sowing upon the things that you do, so your work. We've talked about it in response to the kingdom of God. We've talked about it in response to others, the golden rule, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. And this Sunday, we're going to talk about the law in regards to your money. Nobody wants to talk about money. Money, we're going to talk about that because there are some biblical principles and some laws in which God has released in terms of your stuff. And we're not saying this because we want your money. Listen, I say that every Sunday, and I'll keep saying this, that listen, if you don't feel comfortable giving, you don't want to give, keep it. God doesn't need your money. He really doesn't. He's got 1,000 cattle on the hill, or something like that. Cattle on 1,000 hills. There it is. He owns cattle on 1,000 hills. God has money. Silver and gold is his. We need to learn to be faithful with it more than he needs to receive it. And so we'll be talking about those things coming up. But we do, as we're talking about all the new things that are going on, it's amazing. If y'all can hear that in the inner world, inner land, I'm just getting all these texts from some of my classmates. So if you hear the vibration, it's because they're talking about assignments that I probably should be doing and not doing a podcast right now. But it is what it is. Colton is handling the ones and the twos. He's behind the mics here. I want to thank you, Colton, because you finally did something quite miraculous. Do you know what I'm going to say?
No,
You did something quite miraculous. It's quite awe-inspiring, I would say. You finally killed that fly. That fly that has been pestering and flying around. Master Colton finally got that thing taken care of. Colton, there's a big event.
Grandmaster Colton.
Yeah. There's a big event Colton has coming up. And you know what? First, let me do this because she's been sitting here, and I know you guys see her, and I have not introduced this smart, wonderful young lady. This is Victoria, and Victoria runs our upper room, not upper room, but our upper grounds, and she'll talk about that a little bit more in just a second. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sister Victoria. Oh, nope. Hold on, people. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sister Victoria.
Hey guys, how's it going?
You can't hear that, but people are going wild right now in applause for you. Thanks for coming here today. You've been a part of Life Church for a long time. Tell us about that.
Well, I've been at Life Church probably since I was about 8 years old. I've been coming since then. I've volunteered in just about every place there is to volunteer in, whether that's kids, the tech team, the worship team, sweeping the floors, stuff like that.
You've been sweeping the floors, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we need to talk about that. We'll get that going again. No, we're really excited because we've talked about kind of our young adults. You're part of the young adults ministry. Yep. You're also a part of the worship team, our tech ministry. You've done a lot. And one of the new additions that she's doing now is we reopened our coffee shop. Mm-hmm. And for years, it's been called Perks. Mm-hmm. And it's been a coffee shop that has been a fully engaged shop in terms of open every day. And but we haven't had it in a couple of years actually be open. Right. But we've opened it up and we have a new name because we have a new mission. How about you tell us something about our new mission?
So
and first, our new name.
Our new name is Upper Grounds. I came around that name just because I know Pastor Derrick and I aligned on wanting to create a space where people came in to pray, to rest, to be refilled. And that was just really our heart in reopening the coffee shop. So the Upper Grounds kind of refers to the upper room, like you said earlier, and just really creating a space for people to come in and pray and commune with each other, really, and just be able to be a part or be here at the church more than just one day of the week and making it more of an everyday experience.
I read a really wonderful book, and it was about solitude and silence and just talking about our position with Jesus. And the book talked about creating sacred spaces and to create atmospheres and places in which you can go to encounter and speak to God. More, the book was even saying more than creating spaces that you can speak to God, it was creating sacred spaces that you can hear from God. And, one of my desires is to see that our church become a praying church, like that people come into our sacred space. So obviously, I believe the church is a sacred space, right. But more intentionally, the prayer room, which we're sitting in right now, that even you might see somebody in here doing some work as we've been working in our prayer room to try to get it to a place that it can be a sacred space so that people can not only pray to God, they can hear God and they can encounter God. Tell us how that fits in with the coffee shop.
To me, I think coffee and just the ability to come into a space where there is room for people to connect with each other. I mean, everybody loves coffee. If you don't love coffee, you love tea. And it's really easy to bring people in and just share the gospel with someone that you may not know. It makes it a lot easier to bring somebody in that maybe isn't a believer yet, and it creates a softer environment, more comfortable, and you're just able to talk to different people about different things. You're also just to be in a space where I know for me that I prefer to be in a space where I know the mission for us. Our mission is we want prayer to be a really big forefront of our business, as well as the coffee that we serve. So we serve 7 Weeks coffee, and the mission behind that and the reason that we chose this brand was because they support life. They partner with a bunch of pro-life organizations, and to me, that's a really big thing on my heart. So I really appreciate being to support something that is more than just coffee and hanging out, I guess, in the sense.
You know, coffee, and I try to say this in a really respectful way, because people would say, you know, there's all this kind of negative connotations to churches that have coffee shops. You know, oh, look at capitalist, consumerist Christianity, and that's the way. And I would say our real aim is not to to bring another source of income. Although I'm not going to lie, that wouldn't hurt.
Absolutely.
But that's not the main goal of this particular coffee shop. I say there's a couple of things behind it. I think there's three things, and then I'll let you speak on this as well. But I think there's three reasons primarily why I envision a coffee shop working or desiring a coffee shop in our church. Number one is so that the church can have a time in which people can come and pray. Absolutely. So somebody is here that you know the church is open and you can come in our prayer room. So the prayer room, number one. Community is number two. So not only that, you know, you mentioned that if you don't like coffee, you like tea, you like this or that. There's been so many times that Christian people have invited me for a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee. I just don't do it. I mean, I just don't necessarily like it. But I like smoothies and I like teas and I like other things.
Hot
chocolate. But there's been so many times that I've been asked to have fellowship with somebody over a drink.
Right.
And so that's another opportunity that our place could be open, that people can come study and come and just be a part of our church. So prayer, community. And then the next point to me is, well, I'll say there's 4 points. The next point, it's not nothing. It's also to give resources and jobs and opportunities for people that are in our fellowship. And so young people could get a summer job, or young people could learn a trade like making coffee. They can volunteer on Sundays or whatever the case is. And so having an opportunity for people to get plugged in, or even give them resources when it comes to being able to hire and give people in your church jobs. But the fourth thing, and this is not meaning that this is fourth on priority, but is making excellent coffee.
Absolutely.
We really want to do that. We want to make great drinks and make things for us. So when she talks about even seven grounds,
7 weeks coffee.
7 weeks coffee. 7 weeks coffee. I'm going to say a bunch of different things. When she talks about that, it's an organization that actually has a really, really big mission. And they're using coffee as an opportunity to grow that mission, and that is the mission of saving babies and so forth. And so we're in essence doing the same thing.
Right.
We have a mission to grow the kingdom of God through the local church, but we're doing coffee to do that, or we're using coffee to do that.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah. So tell us, you know, what are some ways that we can do that? Like, me and you've been talking about how do we build community? How do we do this? How are some ways that you're envisioning that we could do that at Seven Ground? I
mean, I'm definitely imagining, well, for one, people inviting their friends or family, definitely having events where people can, I know we have some musicians in our church that would love to perform and be able to bring the community together in that sense. Personally, was talking to somebody and they have a crocheting
club. Yeah.
Yes. And she would love to come in and teach people how to crochet.
So like workshops.
Yeah, and I would love to learn and be a part of that personally. Other ways are things like the Harvest Rumble. We'll be open for that. We're promoting different drinks, on different teams. So if you want to be on Pastor Derrick's team, you can get his drink. And if you want to be on the other guy's team. But yeah, so everything like that I'm really excited to do, especially I really just enjoy watching people enjoy each other, because that's essentially what we're called to do, is love one another and build each other up, build the community, and really just be a part of each other's everyday life. Like, we're not just meant to see each other on Sundays. So that's what I'm really excited to and looking forward to.
So it's going to be that, like she said, not concerts, but something like that, events where we have musicians come in.
Even like movie nights would be
movie
fun.
Nights. Those are plans, because we strongly want to be a part of our community, and we see coffee as a way that we can really navigate some of those things. What is your favorite coffee that you guys make right now?
Ooh, it's probably going to be our coconut cloud chai. It's It's a powdered chai. The brand is Big Train. It's made with coconut milk and vanilla sweetened cold foam and vanilla. It's really good.
You lost me at coconut. I'm not really a coconut person.
I actually haven't liked coconut for a very long time, and I just switched over to really enjoying it. Sometimes the texture is a little too smooth for me, but I'm getting used to it, and I like it. And it's a lot healthier for you than like oat milk or almond milk. So,
what about cow milk?
I don't like cow milk. I don't drink regular milk unless it's organic or A2 kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She's one of those people. No, I'm just kidding. We love those people. We love those kind of people as well. Yeah. But again, this is Upper Grounds. And again, Upper Grounds is our new coffee shop. And Victoria here is our manager of our coffee shop. So why Upper Grounds? Tell me about that name again and why you think that was so important. I know you said, again, the emphasis of prayer, but why Upper Grounds?
So upper, coming from the upper room for sure, but the grounds part, it was more of a little bit of a play on words. Grounds as far as coffee grounds, we're grinding coffee to make coffee, but also just being the grounds of the church. I really think that every part of the church is just, I'm not good at this.
Every part of the church is what?
It's important in its own way,
okay,
for
good.
sure. But so to me, the church grounds are just, it's full of life all the time. There's always kids in here or adults and people just communing together.
Yeah. I love the name Upper Grounds because of that idea, the play on words, the grounding of that, but also that this idea that our campus, that our church has this fundamental principle of prayer, and that we're standing on holy grounds, whether we're eating coffee, whether we're eating food, drinking coffee, we're engaging with each other, and where we go, we bring that kind of community and even encounters with Jesus Christ as we are again. So Upper Grounds. And so Upper Grounds is open on Sundays, and people can come in and they can get the same drinks as they could during the week?
So Sundays we're open from 8 a.m. to about 12:30, and that kind of just depends on what time people are heading out. We'll stay open longer if people want to hang out for a little longer. During the week, however, we're open Monday through Fridays from 6:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and Saturdays we're closed because that's when we start prepping for the next week.
So every day, Monday through Friday, we're open from
6:30 to 1:30.
And we're not open on Saturdays. Is that what you said?
Correct.
And so we're not open Saturdays, but we'll come back again on Sunday, and we'll be serving coffee during the week. How did you get into? Now we've talked about your background in prayer. Tell us about your background in coffee, because I'm assuming that you just didn't come in here one day and somebody say, "Here you go. Here's the keys. Open Upper Grounds."
Right.
You've been serving coffee for a little bit. You've had to.
So I've been serving coffee in the coffee industry for about 5 years now. I actually started here when when the coffee shop was called Perks. They trained me with the espresso that they used, the machine that they had. It was a very long process, but I loved it. I ended up really enjoying the process of brewing coffee, all the important aspects that come into it, as well as just being able to build community with my regulars that were coming in. So then after, unfortunately, Perks did close when COVID came around, and that's when I started working for Starbucks. And Starbucks is a very smooth, oiled machine. They've taken out a lot of the middle things that cause issues. So I was able to learn a lot from them, especially on the business side of things, of what makes things go smoothly, how to train to the best of anybody's ability, and just really the importance of where you're getting your coffee from, how you're brewing it, the importance of freshness and all these things. So they just gave me a lot of information. They also sent me to school to learn about their brewing process, so that was a lot of fun.
I thought that was really fascinating. Again, I don't drink coffee. Maybe I don't drink coffee because I haven't had that perfect blend of coffee.
Perfect cup, yeah.
But you said something to me when we were talking about this about some people burn coffee and coffee can be burned and just bad coffee, and I'm like, what in the world? I didn't even know that
It's a very delicate process, and if you mess something up, like if it's if there's too much coffee, not enough coffee, it's gonna be bitter or too watery. If you pull it too fast, it doesn't give it the coffee enough time to bloom. So it's a very delicate process, and it takes a lot of attention. But once you get used to it, you get a good cup of coffee.
I didn't realize that you was going to say bloom when we were talking about coffee.
Oh,
I thought that was a term like a flower, but coffee needs to bloom.
Yeah, it needs time to bloom. So essentially what that is letting the water really surround the coffee grinds, and it gives it enough heat, enough time to express the flavor for the appropriate amount of time.
What's different about Perks and Upper Grounds? What are some distinct differences that you would say if somebody says, "Yeah, I went to Perks. Why'd you change the name? Shouldn't change the name." What are there distinct differences between Perks and Upper Grounds? In your opinion?
I think for me, I don't know too much about when Perks was opened and why they were named what they were named. I know what the name comes from, Perks, which is from a percolator. That's a method of brewing coffee. I know they used to get their coffee beans from.
I thought that was a 90s
someplace
rap
in
song.
Oregon.
You're too young for that, huh?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Sorry. I just turned 40, so I'm really using a lot of old references, I guess now.
Yeah.
There was a song in the 90s called Percolator, but anyway.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm saved. I promise I am.
But
okay, go ahead. Tell me about.
But yeah, so our beans are very different. I think for us, our mission is really, really community forward, prayer forward. It's more than just we wanted to open a coffee shop. And I don't think that was a bad thing. I think the heart behind them also wanting to open a coffee shop was to build community as well.
Yeah. I think the biggest layer is the prayer room.
Right, absolutely.
Because I think that was always the goal, to build community. Come do work here. Come do studying here.
Right.
Building community has been a big part. And I'm sure that the prayer part wasn't offensive. They weren't saying let's not do those things. Right. But I think the emphasis on prayer during this kind of launch is probably what sets us apart from most coffee shops. I won't say all, but most coffee shops, and probably from Perks as well. Mm-hmm. How do you feel your staff, now let's talk about that, because you have a team. Mm-hmm. How do you feel that they will engage with both the excellent coffee brewing, the community building part of it? Obviously, they're part of the resource part of our church being able to employ and help people. But how would they also partner with you and with us in making sure that this is a house of prayer as well, and that the grounds are upper grounds?
I think definitely guiding people like, hey, if you want to sit in our prayer room and have a moment with the Lord, I think definitely just verbally communicating that the prayer room is open for them. Also, when I was hiring my staff, I asked if they were comfortable praying with people that may want to come in and may want to ask for prayer, and all of them said that they were comfortable and more than willing to do that. And I think for them, it also creates a really good opportunity for them to grow in their faith and in their prayer life. I know personally for me, when I started to pray for people, and even still to this day, I get very nervous. So I think the opportunity to grow in that aspect is really good.
Yeah, and to me, it's more than just, again, it's a job, obviously.
Right.
But it really begins to be a ministry. The people that work in Upper Grounds are really partnering with the church and partnering with the Lord to minister to people. Mm-hmm. And so we want to be friendly. We want to be hospitable. We want to create an environment that's welcoming, and we want to be able to have a center or a place that people can come again and encounter Jesus Christ, and also have a great cup of coffee.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me about, you just talked about percolation and things like that. You mentioned that you can have a bad cup of coffee because coffee can be burned and so forth. Tell me some of the steps you take in brewing, not just because we don't just have coffee. We got lattes, right?
Yeah, so we have lattes, Americanos, cappuccinos.
What's an Americano other than me and you in this room right now being Americanos because we were born in America?
Americano is just espresso with water.
Oh, is that really what it is? Mm-hmm. Okay, and why would I want that?
Personally, I don't know. I don't really like Americanos. I know I've gotten great feedback from the ones we've served. They like the Americanos. I prefer my coffee with milk, so I like the lattes. Yeah, I'm not a big. The crazy thing is I'm not that big of a coffee drinker myself. I know what good coffee tastes like, but
Okay.
I like coffee with my sugar, if that makes sense.
So tell me the secret in making a wonderful, whether it's espresso, a latte, a coffee. What is the secret behind the magic behind the secret, or whatever they call that? What's the tool there?
It's very delicate, so every time that we brew our espresso, we make sure to weigh how much we're grinding into our portafilter. We time how long the shots take to start pouring. Sorry, temping is a really big thing where you have to press the espresso into the portafilter and make sure it's flat, so that way the shot is pulling evenly and thoroughly. And
Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen them do that, and I think, why are they doing that? So that's when they put the thing in the funnel-looking thing, and they on top
The grinder.
they put a stamp on it and make sure it goes down. And I've always wondered, why are they doing that when they're just going to get it into the hot
So
water?
essentially what you're doing is you're compressing the grind, so that way the water, in a sense, kind of has to work its way through the espresso grinds, because if it's too loose and it's not pressed, then the water's just going to very quickly flow through your espresso, and that's not giving your espresso enough time to bloom, essentially. So you're going to get a very watered down.
It's got to bloom. I've learned that.
It does have to bloom.
It's got to bloom, okay? We're not talking about blooming for roses. We're talking about coffee.
Right.
And the blooming is allowing that
the coffee to really
percolate.
be pulled out of the coffee. Yeah.
I'm going to be a coffee expert
One day.
this
Yeah, we're
thing
going to
is
get you
over.
there for sure.
We're going to do that. Tell people, just give the people that are listening if you were giving a real push for why Upper Grounds is important, and you had 1 minute to persuade somebody to come into the restaurant or to the coffee shop, sit down and have a cup of coffee, what would get them here rather than going to Starbucks or going to some other place? If you got 1 minute, if somebody walked up to you to ask you that.
Oh, goodness. I feel like putting me on the spot. I got to think a little. Probably my biggest or my most favorite thing about Upper Grounds is that it really is community-based and prayer-based. I think a lot of people, especially nowadays, really want, their money to go to something that they do support and they do believe in. And so for me, it's very easy for me to align with something somebody's trying to do and want to give, whether it's financially, my time, or just promoting it outside. But what I would say, I guess, to somebody to bring them in is we have great coffee. It's homey, it's cozy, it's very nice. It's not overwhelming. I know in some coffee shops the music's too loud, or there's not enough space to sit and really work and zone into what it is that you're doing. Also, I mean, I think it's just a very inviting environment that people just find welcoming and want to be here. And so you'll be coming back again.
Let me say something about Upper Grounds too that I think is something that is the goal. When you go into some of these restaurants and they say, do you want to give, a portion of your money to this organization, this month we're giving so much money. And oftentimes what they'll do is they'll pledge a certain amount of money to an organization, and then they'll ask you to give, and your giving actually supplements their giving. So
right.
In essence, they give a little less because you're giving a little bit more. It's not putting your gifts on top of their gifts, but it's helping them so that
it's balancing them out.
Yeah, it's making sure, man, if you give all of it, maybe you'll give all of it, and they have given towards that.
Right.
And that's kind of a secret way that they can get us to give, and then it stops them from giving as much. And I'm not, I'm not being nasty on that, but I'm saying this, that our coffee shop, we're going to be monthly tithers. We're going to take in what comes into the coffee house, and we're going to tithe that to ministries. And you hear me say this a lot, that I really believe that the gifts that are being given in the house, in our church, will be gifts that go all throughout the earth, that God is going to bless people, and that you, in essence, through your giving to our church, you might bless somebody that you may never meet until you get to heaven, or you somebody that you didn't know from somewhere else in the land. And I want to say that too about buying coffee as well. One, you're supporting the efforts that are going on in the building, but you're also your giving will praise God, go towards places and help our community as we try to reach our community for Jesus Christ. And I think that's a pretty good noble thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so that's what separates us from many other organizations, many other things too. So I wanted you to do one more thing, and then we'll get back with you next week. But I want you to do one more thing, because not only do you love coffee, you love singing, and tonight, I'm not saying you're singing tonight, but tonight you're going to the young adults meeting that they have here.
Yes.
Can you just talk from your version? I want you to talk about young adults. I also want you to maybe put a plug in for maybe there's a youth that's watching that doesn't go to our church. What could you say for youth, for young adults, and why our meetings that we have are important or should be important to them?
Well, first and foremost, I've loved Anchored. I've loved being a part of that group. It's really a place where I've been able to share personal things about myself, but also just get a lot of wisdom and encouragement from the people around there, but also the leaders, Luis and Brittany. I love them very much. They've helped me a lot since I've moved back to El Paso. I think that their hearts are very much in the right place. They're very genuine people, and they're real. They're real with everybody that's there. You know, we don't try to shy away from the tough things that us young adults are going through today, and I really appreciate how open and willing people are to have the hard conversations. I think something that is complicated in some churches is that people are not willing to get down to the nitty-gritty of conversations, and I feel like that's something we do very well at Anchored. And it's not just, we're going to hang out today and we're seeing our friends. Like, we dive deeper into the Word. We pray a lot. We learn the importance of worship, and that it's more than just singing a couple songs, that everything we do can be to worship the Lord. And I appreciate all of that for sure.
Well, that's good. I'm so glad you're a part of it. I'm so glad you're a part of Upper Grounds. And also our great producer is also a part of Upper Grounds. You can go on, if you've been to Upper Grounds, go on the intranet and go to Yelp and to Google and give us reviews. Share it. Take a picture of your coffee. Tell your friends about it. Help us out.
Tag us on Instagram.
And also we'll be having a Facebook page very shortly that comes up as well. We just want to make sure that we get the word out that God is doing something excellent, not only in our church, but also in our coffee shop. I just want to say you did a good job. You did a great job today. Oh, the people are clapping. Oh my goodness. Okay. They love you. And you did a great job today. And we are so glad that you were here on Upper Grounds. Will you come back one day and talk to us again?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we didn't scare her off. I hope you guys know that you are truly welcome here at Life Church. 2 services on Sunday. We have an 11 o'clock and a 9 o'clock. Maybe I should say a 9 o'clock and an 11 o'clock. That's in the a.m. Sunday mornings. You're more than welcome to come join us. The worship is going on. Everything is the same. It's, for the most part, it's the same service, and whether you're at the 9 o'clock or the 11 o'clock, but they both have their own certain culture and their own vibe, as the young people say, their own vibe. So if you want to come vibe with us on Sunday morning, you can do that 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock. We really believe that God's doing some great things here at Life Church, and we want you to be a part of all of that. Again, we have our Harvest Rumble coming up October 31st, 6 to 9 p.m. Harvest Rumble. We also will be in the next couple of weeks. It might be this Sunday. I was going to ask you about that. It might be this Sunday, or it might be the following Sunday that we will have a pumpkin patch.
Yes.
Here. And not only that, you can come buy a pumpkin. Come buy a pumpkin. Spend time, take pictures. It's going to be a place that you can take pictures with your family. And I think what I'm going to do, or what we're going to do, because it'll be here for a little bit, is offer an opportunity for families to come and take pictures.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And so like do some photo ops with your family, and that'll be on the house.
We'd love that.
On the house. You just come on in, and then we will do photo ops with you and your family. That'll be coming up in the next couple of months. I think that we'll do that right before Thanksgiving. And I don't know if I said this, Colton, but Colton's getting married. He's going to the chapel in the church and getting married. And that's right after November the 1st. He's going to start off his November a husband. Man, yeah, he's helping us on Fridays in our production, and he also is a part of Upper Grounds as well.
Yes.
And he's just a quality guy. I kind of like him. I've accidentally started to like him. And
accidentally.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. I wasn't planning on it, but I do like him and his lovely fiance, Sarah.
Yes, they're both very.
And they both work at Upper Grounds.
They do, and I love them both. They're awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to your Upper Grounds people real fast.
Absolutely. That's Colton, Sarah, Kaylin, Jocelyn, and Isaac. He helps me a whole bunch on Sundays
We
too.
love Isaac.
Yes, we do.
And Jocelyn is his sister, and we love her too. She's super sweet.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, we like everybody that comes to church here. And you know what? We even, in the background, you might have seen somebody working there. And look, I don't know if you see him out, but he's amazing. We're getting this prayer room going. And come. Even if you don't have to buy coffee, come in the prayer room. Come and pray. Just hang out. I mean, just spend some time at our prayer board. You would be amazed at how our prayer request board is shifting over to our prayer answer board. Our prayer answer board is filling up. It is so very cool. Hold on. Colton's going to get a shot at that.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I promise you I know what
Here it is. Here it is right here. Prayer board, prayer answered, and then prayer requested board. Come. And let's move some stuff over. That's good. All right. Like, subscribe, review. This is Life Chats.